The clash between good and evil. Since the beginning of time, there has been a fight between good and evil. If you do not believe me, look at all the great stories from the Epic of Gilgamesh to Homer and the Iliad, the stories of the Romans, and the modern day Marvel movies. The stories are always the good guys against the bad guys. Now, depending on which side you sit on would depend if you're the good guy or the bad guy. But we're not going to debate that because those changes depend on culture, politics, and which side of the world you come from. We're going to talk about the root of it all, the clash between good and evil. When humans were created, we were designed after the Creator himself. We were made in his image, both male and female. Earlier, he created angels in heavenly places. The most beautiful one of them all was one that sounded like music and light. He was named Lucifer, which means angel of light. A rebellion began as Lucifer and a third of all the angels wanted to become God. God loved them. Instead of killing them, banished them to earth. Sometimes I wonder why he sent Lucifer and the others here, and why didn't he send them to some other obscure place they could not cause any trouble. But reasons that I do not know, they were sent here. How do you wound someone at the highest and greatest level? Easy. You go after their children. The heart of God loves mankind and wants us to love him back. Lucifer, intent on hurting God's heart, makes humanity uncertain of his goodness, and most importantly, his love, and then goes one step further to his very existence. Lucifer took the form of a snake and coaxed Eve, the first woman, to take a bite out of the forbidden fruit from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Why that tree was in the garden, I don't know, but it was. Maybe it was to test the obedience of humanity. Maybe it was God wanted to prove to Lucifer, now called Satan after his powers and rank were stripped from him when he was banished from heaven, of his love for us. Satan was more cunning than Eve could withstand, and he tempted her to eat the fruit. Then she gave some to her husband, and humanity fell out of grace. Because they disobeyed, God had no other choice but to banish them from his garden. He punished his children for stealing and lying to him. And so the fight between good and evil began with humanity, and it continues to echo through time. How is it you have fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, who used to rise like the sun? How is it you have fallen to earth, you who wound the peoples? And you said in your heart, I will climb up to heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will be enthroned upon the mountain of the covenant in the northern parts. I will ascend above the tops of the clouds, and I will be the Most High. Isaiah 14:12 through 14.